carried along and are aware of what this tax filing means for this year and in the subsequent years. And so, to start this event, let's introduce key uh, personnel or personalities in this event. Let's use this opportunity to welcome the executive chairman of the Ekiti State Internal Revenue Service to this webinar, Mr. Olani Olatono. Good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning,
for joining
everyone.
us.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning
Thank you
to
for
you.
joining.
And we also have some of our senior officials in the Ekiti State Internal Revenue Service. We have the Director Personal Income Tax already in this event, Mr. Olorunfemi Joseph, and will be playing a key role in this event. When the time is right, of course, you get to listen to him. We also have Mr. Wasiu Mohammed, that's the Director Research Planning and Statistics, also here with us on this webinar. We also have Mrs. Shadi Daramola, that's the Director, New Growth Areas and Other Taxes, and the Director, Data Intelligence, Analytics and Audit, Mrs. Yemisi Akimbadalola, is also here with us. Much later, the Director of Finance and Corporate Services also join us. We also have some of our senior heads of departments who are directly linked with this event and who are concerned with tax filing, who they have done so much in the past couple of months and weeks to ensure compliance and awareness of taxpayers for this tax filing. And on that note, I'm glad to welcome to this event Mr. Oluwasegun Ogunsanya, that's the head of direct assessment, has also joined us. And any moment from now, we should also be expecting the head of Pay As You Earn. Let's also welcome the head of legal unit, Mr. Ayodeji Olaifa, is also with us. Going straight to what we have today, let's quickly get the executive chairman to give us his opening address, and so that our other clients, customers, and taxpayers, and of course the stakeholders can take a listen to what he has to say.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for Please control the audio from your side. All right. Good morning once again, everyone. And thank you for joining us here this morning. And the truth is that we don't have to actually do what we are doing here today, but we don't want to just say because we have the law backing us up and then we throw away the human face. The truth is that we are backed by the law to ensure that all filings, personal income filing, is done before the end of 31st March 2026. That's what the new tax law says, and is very strict on it. Of course, whoever fails to file is considered to commit a crime willfully. I want to believe that many of us on this platform are quite aware that anything that has to do with tax is a criminal offense, in particular when you don't do what you are supposed to do. Part of it, of course, is that you file correctly. Basically, what are the incomes I made last year? Is it from salary? Is it from this? Is it from that? And of course, part of the reason for this meeting also is because we know some of you have attempted, you've tried, but maybe you are not finding it easy to do all on your own. And so this forum then provides an opportunity for you again to interact with us. And rather than asking all of you to gather in our office at the conveniences of your offices, you are able to interact, you're able to listen to what we have to say about the filings, while we are also able to pay attention to you as regards challenges that you may be having. Now, because many of us didn't file when the first deadline expired, we granted a request which was to extend it, and so we extended the deadline to April 14, I think, And by April 14, when we check our database, we still saw that not everybody that should file should file. And of course, while this should ordinarily cause jubilation to tax authorities in other crimes, because it means that you've given us opportunity to penalize you for not filing in time or not filing appropriately, but we decided to still wear human face and consider that maybe it's technology that hindered you, maybe it's because there is one challenge or the other, or maybe the level of awareness wasn't enough for you. Of course, we all know there's something like ignorance before the law, but we have made every excuse for every Ekiti son and daughter, and of course that is part of the reason why
carried along and are aware of what this tax filing means for this year and in the subsequent years. And so to start this event, let's introduce key
just a minute.
Personnel or personalities in this event. Let's use this opportunity to welcome the executive chairman of the Ekiti State Internal Revenue Service to this webinar, Mr. Olanir Olatono. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for
And we also have some of our...
Okay. Sorry for that little interference there from my hand. Okay, so like I was saying, the whole essence of this is just to help every one of us, so that once we have done this one now, anybody that still fails to file by the end of April would not say EKRS has not tried. We've been on radio, we've been on television, we've been on social media, we have written to churches, we have written to mosques, we have written to institutions, we have discussed with civil servants, we've discussed with market women, we've shared our sensitization with professional bodies, artisans, and everyone that need be. And so if anyone still fails after the meeting today, we know that okay, we can conclude that that may possibly be intentional, and so that nobody will have any excuse. And so I'm not the one that is going to lead the discussion. We have experts, several experts in the house, my colleagues who are in personal income tax. Please give them your cooperation, listen to them. If you have any comment, any question, note it down. At the end of the meeting, they would be willing to take questions. And of course, if there is any that I need to step into, I will also step into it to make sure that we have clarity on why we are here, what we want to do, and why filing is now necessary. And may I also let you know that we just finished the 159th meeting of Joint Revenue Board in Lagos, and of course several states also made us to know the challenges that they are having. But the beautiful thing is that it is seen to be well ahead of many other states, and your cooperation in this regard also will help us to be able to say yes, their state is one of the leading states in the country, regardless of how tiny our economy will be. So once again, we welcome all of you, and we appreciate the fact that we call on you and you join, and we believe that even if we call some other times, you will still join. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. That's the opening address by the Executive Chairman, Ekiti State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Olanir Olatono, for that a beautiful address to kickstart this event and to set the ball rolling. Let's move on without wasting much of the time to the next on the agenda, which is the main crux of today's event, filing under the new tax laws. On that note, I'm glad to welcome the Director, Personal Income Tax, Mr. Joseph Olorunfemi, to take us on this journey, how the journey has been so far with regards to filing, and how the people have reacted to the filing since the commencement of this. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ayedu. And I want to sincerely thank the Executive Chairman, the State Internal Revenue Service. Without
sorry, why can't we see your video?
Okay. it will display.
It has displayed. It is okay. Continue.
So I want to thank the executive chairman once again for creating this platform to educate our people so that our populace will be well informed about the issue of tax filing. So let me quickly go through the slide. I want to try as much as possible to share the so that we can follow through. So I'm trying to share the slide. Can you see the slide? Stop sharing. Sorry, we are trying to share the slides.
ICT, this is wishy-washy. I'm not happy about this at all. All this should have been done before the meeting. We can't keep people waiting.
Okay, thank you once again. I want to quickly go through annual individual income filing under the new tax law. And we want to quickly look at the legal instruments, EKRS experience, expectation from the public, and the conclusion. Let me quickly take the legal instruments. The relevant legal framework for the tax filing majorly is Nigeria Tax Administration Act, NTA 2025. And particularly Section 13 talks about income tax return for individual. It stipulates that a return shall be filled in the prescribed form with relevant tax authority in each year of assessment and without notice or demand. Let me expatiate little on this. The implication of this is that a taxable individual must file return, and the return must follow a prescribed format, and the return must be filed with the relevant tax authority annually. And this must be done without expecting any notice or demand, because it has been so stated in the law. It is expected that individual should be able to do that. Equally, Section 14 of Nigeria Tax Administration Act, NTA 2025, talks about employers' annual return, meaning that all tax agents, all paying agents must, at the beginning of the year, file the returns as regards to their employee for the year immediately preceding the year of assessment. Another major legal instrument we use here in Ekiti is Ekiti State Revenue Administration Law 2025, where all these national law has been domiciled for our use here in Ekiti, effective from January 1, 2026. And I'm happy to announce that Ekiti State happened to be first state in the whole nation to domicile this law. So Section 4 as well of NTA talks about tax ID. It says that every taxable person shall register with relevant tax authority and obtain taxpayer identification called a tax ID, and that will be used to transact any business that has to do with tax. Employer annual filing for payee, and that one with 31st January deadline, starting from January 1 up to 31st of the month of January. This does not replace individual filing. Section 4, Section 3, subsection 14 of NTAA specifically mentioned that notwithstanding of whether the employer has filed on behalf of the employee, individual must file their annual return. So this makes the issue of annual filing a mandatory for all individuals. Either you are liable to pay tax or not, filing is compulsory. Then I mentioned the other time about the deadline for payee. That is corporate filing. That one ends January 31st of every year. And for individual, that one is for 3 months, starting from January 1 of every month, and it ends by 31st of March of every year. The chairman mentioned the other time that here in Ekiti, we did something to help our tax payers so that they will not just run into trouble of a penalty of non-filing. There was an initial extension of 14 days, and before the technical extension to the end of April. The implication is that we still have a few days left for the fulfillment of this obligation. There are a lot of penalties attached to non-compliance, most especially as regards tax filing and tax ID. From Section 100 of Nigeria Tax Act, we have a lot of penalties that attach to different offenses relating to tax matter. But Section 101 of NTAA specifically mentioned that 100,000 is a penalty for failure to file annual return for the first month of default, and 50,000 for subsequent months. As regards the issue of registration, Section 100 place a fine of 50,000 for the first month in which the failure occurred, and 25,000 naira for subsequent months in which the failure continues. A statutory body or company who award a contract to an unregistered person, and when we are talking about person here, we are talking about person in law, that could be corporate body or individual, shall be liable to pay administrative penalty of 5 million naira. Let me quickly share our experience here in EKRS as regards to this filing. The truth of the matter is that we have increased taxpayer awareness of their civic responsibility of filing through our sensitization and awareness campaign that we started since last year. Towards the end of last year, we started this campaign, send letters to churches, mosques, visiting traditional rulers, holding street meetings, and on all our social medias, and including radio programs. and the likes. So due to this, we have the awareness is there. Then growth in e-filing adoption. The experience revealed that the e-filing has become to stay here in Ekiti. Unlike previous years that we have few company filing online, this year we have numbers of company that comply through e-filing. They adopted e-filing, and that is a plus. And enhanced compliance and digitization through the awareness, people are complying. So this is equally a plus. This will not go without some challenges. We have a lot of challenges towards this. The top on the list is poor knowledge of ICT, digital literacy gap of our people. Many people could not follow the links and do the filing successfully, making it become a norm for them to be visiting our offices across the state for assistance. Another thing is poor record keeping. To have a meaningful tax transaction, there must be good record, a record of financial transaction of business. But because of poor record keeping, many people will not even readily give us what their income in the previous years was. So this make it a little bit difficult to have adequate information about their business. The lack of interest of the public on tax matter. This is default. People don't like to pay tax, and anything that has to do with tax, they just hate it with passion. So no matter the level of awareness and sensitization, many people still claim ignorant of this annual filing of a thing. Then dependence on employers filing as final. Many people believe that in as much their employers file on their behalf, that become final. But subsection 3 of section 14 of NTA specifically mentioned that notwithstanding, if the employer file on your behalf, you must still file. And this one will make you to give us what your global income is. What have been our responses to some of these things? I made mention of extension of filing deadline the other time. This was done for the individual filings. The thing ends 31st of March, but it was initially extended for 14 days, but now technically it has been extended to the end of the month of April, meaning that we still have few days left to do this. Then aggressive tax awareness and sensitization, as I mentioned the other time, we started this one since late last year. We have been campaigning about this filing so that people will not claim ignorance of this. Then another thing is deployment of e-tax platform to make the process seamless. We deploying e-tax platform, that is tax.ekitistaterevenue.com. Anybody can just join the link at the comfort of their room or at the comfort of their office to do their filing seamlessly. Introduction of simplified annual filing form to the core informal sector. We understand the fact that we have many people that will not be able to manipulate e-filing, and because of the level of their literacy. So a form was designed called modified annual filing form. Our staff distributed this form early in the year to the core informal people for them to fill. The information so gather will now be uploaded onto our platform at the back end. Then what is our expectation from the public? What is our expectation from the public? Taxpayers are expected to do the following: file annual returns. I mentioned the other time that failure to file will attract a penalty. So in order to avoid unnecessary and avoidable penalty, we still wish that the members of public make use of the remaining days of month of April to do their filing. Then maintain proper financial record to aid taxation and to allow us to give what we call an objective assessment. Record is very, very important. Where there is no record, the service will resort to what we call administrative assessment, which may lead to some controversy and contentious. To avoid this, it is better to keep relevant proper financial records. Then improve on digital literacy. The century we are now is a digital century. So everybody should try as much as possible to improve on how to do some little manipulation online so that you'll be able to move along with time. Declare all income from all sources. False declaration of income is an offense that will attract even penalty according to NTAA. Therefore, it is expected that whosoever that is filling their annual tax form should make sure that you declare your income from all sources. Good enough, here in EKRS, we have some devices that will tell us your real status, that will reveal to us your real financial position, and that will not be good enough for a patriotic citizen for us to be the one that will be looking for your income for you. It is always golden and something that we make somebody to be responsible if you can declare your income from all sources. We call it a global income. Then use of e-tax filing platform. Yes, this is to aid seamless filing. Let us make use of it so that we can do our filing seamlessly. Then file yearly to avoid penalty. Don't forget, failure to file attract penalty. Late filing equally attracts a penalty. So to conclude this teaching, let me quickly give us a little takeaway from what I've been saying so far. Annual filing is mandatory, and we must make sure that we do it as a good citizen of the state. Make sure you file your annual return. Reduces the risk of administrative and criminal penalty. If you do your filing, the risk of being penalized will be totally removed. Then filing will reduce administrative or best of judgment assessment. I said that contentious administrative or best of judgment assessment could be avoided if we file our returns and we declare our global income. It will make our assessment to become objective. And filing of return reduces the incidence of undisclosed taxable income. See, there are a lot of incomes that need to be disclosed. And then through filing, make sure you do that. Then enhance revenue generation. See, when you file your return, it will aid compliance, and in turn, it will increase revenue generation. And this will support state development. When money is available, then the state will be able to develop. Finally, tax compliance is a civic responsibility of every taxable person. So thank you and God bless you. Over to you, Mr. Ayedu.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Olorunfemi, that's the Director of Personal Income Tax, for that beautiful delivery. It's now time for questions from our audience. Maybe one or two things I mentioned which you need clarification for, just indicate, and then we call upon you to ask your question, and then it provides an answer for that. You can also drop your questions in the chat box, and of course, that question will be addressed adequately. Okay. Okay. Well, we're still waiting for your questions, comments. Okay, Mr. Gbenga Kolapo, let's you can mute your mic and then okay.
What of the Form A submitted to our offices? Okay, end of the month deadline won't affect.
Okay. Mr. Gbenga Kolapo, about the modified Form A submitted to your office, that one, the individual has filed their returns. It has from the back end that we upload those information into our platform. So that one will not attract any penalty of any form.
Sorry, I think I prefer we take questions from outsiders. Gbenga Kolapo, you can always ask your guy question later. Please take question from Mr. Dayo, Oladele Beye, and Ayuade Clement, please. Any EKRS staff that asks questions, you can ask your bosses. This forum is not strictly for you. Any EKRS that asks questions, you ask from your boss later. Let's take questions from outsiders, please. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Ezekiel Oroke, I've tried to fill the form. I used to get stuck at a stage when trying to complete and submit. Can you please rectify that? Okay, thank you very much. If you are having any issue with filling of the form, you can reach out to our any of our officers or through our help desk. You will be attended to immediately. So you can contact us at the pay section or any of our offices closer to you.
Let's take some answer up. Mr. Dayo Oladele Beye, please unmute and speak.
We are not able to
you have been unmuted.
Thank you so much. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for these efforts at sensitizing tax payers on this overall sense of filling annual return individually. And I also want to thank your organization for the extension. In my own case, I got to know about these through our union in our institution. And they did a lot of sensitization and publicity to make sure that staffers avail themselves of this opportunity. In fact, I filled my own form yesterday, And when this morning I now saw that there was going to be an address or sensation like this, I was even trying to say that I should have had this opportunity before filling, thinking that this forum is going to go into further into the nitty-gritty of helping or showing people that are not, so computer literate on how to fill the forms. When I was filling yesterday, there are a lot of branches here and there, to the extent that if somebody is not vast IT-wise, it may be difficult. So after filling my forms, I now saw on the platform of my union that there is even a space, a video of somebody who had filled his own, I think 2022 something, trying to show people how to fill. And when I went through that, I could see that that also is not enough for anybody who does not know to be able to do that. But you just mentioned now that those people who are not able, who do not know how to fill, can come to your desk officer. I think that is going to attract a lot of people, and is going to give it may not give opportunity for some people. May be coming for weeks to be able to do that. My only suggestion in conclusion is that much as you have taken these steps, you said in Ekiti is taking the lead. Well, Ekiti is always taking the lead in everything, so it's not a surprise. This is a fountain of knowledge. So since you have taken this step, which I'm commending you on, you can also go ahead, maybe through your ICT people, through this forum, you'll be able to cover a number of people if you're able to share the screen and show people step by step out within 15 minutes. So that this can be done. Generation of tax ID, the joint tax board ID, the EK10 and the rest of them, and putting on the forms and how to go about the filling. So because at the end of the day, there was a certificate generated for me. So showing that I've come to the end of that filling, which is very, very commendable. So this is what ICT is doing now. So that's just my humble submission. In summary, congratulating you for this and taking further steps to guide people on because that if people do not know how to fill, they may not be able to do that within the time frame of March 31st, which we have extended to the end of April now. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Ayuade Clement, I want us to take as many points and then so that the director will attend to them once and for all. Ayuade Clement, please unmute.
Yes, thank you very much, Daddy Sharma.
Go ahead, sir.
I want to thank the presenter of that beautiful presentation. There are a lot of questions I have before, but having listened all through to their presentation, it has answered most of the questions. But in order not to waste much of our time, I want to ask one thing, and that is, I believe allowances for salary earners are non-taxable. But what of those of us who are consolidated? We have allowances encompassing into our consolidated salaries. And in such a way, when I was filling the annual returns, there was nowhere where I can break it down.
I'm not sure whether anybody can hear him. Mr. Ayuade Clement, can we hear him?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, I said consolidated.
Okay, if that is all you have to ask, is okay. We'll attend to that later. Thank you, sir. Mr. Woyemi Abiodun, we have to manage our time. You can please unmute. Mr. Woyemi, please speak.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good day, sir.
Yeah, please, can you hear me?
We can hear you, though faintly.
Oh, okay. Thank you
Yeah,
very
it's
much.
clearer now.
All right. I want to. My name is Awuyemi Adeosun Maxwell. I'm part of the Federal Polytechnic Abeokuta. I want to commend this initiative by sensitizing people on how to fill this form. Honestly speaking, I think it's a good development. And for me, I've done my own because I'm one of the union leader on that campus. So I've done my own and I've gone ahead to begin to sensitize our people. And even the management of our institution has released a circular to that effect. But I want to say, because I listened to our leader, the former rector of our institution, Dr. D. Oladebe, raising some cogent points that we need to launch into. Concern is what my mentor has mentioned, and that is the area where we have issues, particularly some of our across the institution and across the ministry that may not be able to fill this form. I want to know that if because the issue of coming to desk officer at your place may be a little bit cloudy and maybe time consuming, consider the time and the time frame now that you are giving to the exercise. So I want to ask if someone can go to any cafe and ask someone to do it for, because we are planning what a union is planning now. Maybe we can consult a cafe that do the filling of the form for some of the members that may not be able to fill the form. So I want to ask if that is possible without necessarily coming to desk officer. Then two, I want to ask, sir, that because we have the deadline, the time frame now, that any penalty, because that is very, very important that members know very well the penalty involved and what is the motive behind this filling of the tax payment. I want to know the motive behind it, the advantage or disadvantages behind it, and what is the penalty if someone is not filling the form. And I want to ask again, because when I did my own, I actually did for 2025. I want to know, this filing of tax will be done annually. Maybe we are still going to do the same thing at the end of this year, 2026. Then 2027, I want to know, maybe it's going to be an annual filling of the tax payments. So these are the questions that I want to ask. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Mr. Felisale, your hand is up. You can unmute and speak, sir. Please unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Let me use this opportunity to appreciate your continuous sensitization. I believe I'm part of the family. I want to share my experience concerning this individual filing so that our public will know the implication of what they are doing. I believe some of or most of the civil servants, they have already had EKT. By the time they now start filing, that's at a point, if you recognize that they are already on our platform, on the platform of the EKRS, they will now seek to use another number that was not even linked with their NIN. And they continue to do another filing using the number because they were stuck. Instead of contacting either EKRS or somebody else, I want us to maybe explain the implication of what they are doing when they want to do another EK thing, the same individual, using another SIM card or SIM number or mobile number. I believe that can jeopardize the integrity of the data, especially that of that taxpayer itself.
Okay, sir. We will address it. Thank you so much, sir. We're grateful. Mr. Jonathan Shegun. Mr. Jonathan Shegun, you can unmute and speak.
All right, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for this brilliant information given to us this morning. Sir, please, I have a question based on the experience that I had while filling the form. While filling the income, there is a space for the salary, which I did, but on the allowance, not knowing that the peculiar allowance is not to be filled. Now I feel that, and at the end of it all, I now realize that the annual tax returns for me that I got is quite higher than people in my category. And I declare that I realize that is as a result of the peculiar income, a peculiar allowance that I'm feeling. Please, in that case, what can I do? Because I cannot edit
Please,
again.
which institution are you from, sir?
I'm from the Federal Polytechnic at Ado Ekiti.
Okay, all right. Thank you. We'll address that also.
All right.
Thank you. If there's no other hand up, we can then take the questions on okay, Mr. Ezekiel Oroke. I've tried fill the form I used to get stuck at the stage when trying. Okay, while reading those ones, may I please plead with the technical team, if you can provide that link to the video clips that we have created, to the flyers that we have created, do it yourself, all those things that we have created, so that we can possibly post it on the in the chat room, and then people can click and link it and see the step-by-step things that we have already done to that effect before we begin to answer many of the questions. Ezekiel Oroke, I think you've spoken or not? Okay, Ezekiel Oroke, and then there is another person that raised up. Yes, sir, go ahead. Let's make it brief to manage your time.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Dr. Ezekiel Oroke from Federal Polytechnic Ado Ekiti. I have this the old EKTIN, and then yesterday that I heard that we need to fill another form. I saw the two links. So, and I also have the JTLB or something, just joint tax board. This is new tax ID.
Yeah.
When I try to fill, I now use where it said, do you have the EK this thing? I said yes. Now I now entered the tax ID that I have, and then fill down. When I now try to, after filling all the information, I now saw where he wrote tax ID. He gave me another tax ID that is not even up to 10 digits. And then first name, all of them popped up, everything filled already. So I don't need to correct. The organizational name, he just wrote my phone number and my email, everything was correct. So I don't know whether I should just submit it like that.
All right, thank you, sir. There is one CNA that also has indicated you need to raise up your hand so that I'll be able to know exactly. J. Atere also. J. Atere, can you unmute and speak? If you have spoken once, I don't think you need to speak again. And any question that somebody has already asked, we don't need to ask again. Thank you, technical people. They have just thrown into the chat room the link to the video clips and all the other materials that we have prepared to aid people so that they don't even need to physically come to our offices. CNAK, can you please unmute and speak? While J. Atere gets ready to speak. Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Good evening. Thank you.
I'm Mrs. Eke.
Okay, thank you,
and please,
madam.
sir, why one of the speakers was from your source of income? So I want to ask, for an instance, a parent that is running maybe a treasury bill account for our children that are minors, but the parent is the signatory, is that a taxable source of income that should be declared?
Okay, thank you, ma.
Some people too, a friend also had similar question. She is running a, what is it called, mutual fund for her kids, because all of those things are linked to the parents' name and BVN.
Okay.
So are those?
Thank you.
All right.
It will be addressed. Jay Atere, please unmute and speak. Jay Atere, unmute. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is Mrs. Atere. My question is for somebody who already has a house that he has built. When it comes to the area of claiming rent, how does one go about that? Considering the fact that we are still paying back loans for building the house and you maintain the house every year. So even though technically you're not paying rent to a landlord, but you're still spending money on the house. So how does one feel this when it comes to the rent area?
Thank you. That will also be attended to. I think so that we don't keep on going around the wheel. Let the team now answer the questions that we have so far, and then where I need to chip in one or two things I will do. Over to you, Director.
Thank you very much. Some of those questions are similar and they link to one another. The demo that has been displayed will attend to some of those concerns. However, as regards the consolidated salary, there is nothing to fear. We are not, the present tax regime does not tax a basic. It tax the income. So whether consolidated or not, there's nothing to fear about, and you shouldn't be concerned about that one. And don't forget, let me quickly say this, that all the forms so filled so far will be reviewed at our end. So if there is any error, if you mistakenly put some things that are not necessary, we are going to filter some of those things. So you need nothing to fear. Then Mr. Owoyemi Abiodun talks about the motive behind the annual filing. Well, I want to believe that Mr. Owoyemi didn't join us at the beginning of this presentation, because I think I mentioned the motive behind it. It is a making of the law. It's a condition of the law to be fulfilled. It's not that we at EKRS just decided to bring it up somehow. That is the provision of the law, that every individual must file annual return of their income. So, and it attracts a penalty stipulated by the law. Then, Mr. Felix Ale, thank you for bringing up the issue of old EK thing. There is one major issue with old EK thing. Sometimes you may want to use it and the thing will not be responding. The implication is that probably the EK thing is not attached to email. So as a result of that, it won't go. So, but some people do bypass by supplying another phone number. There's going to be issue because everything will be linked together. Your NIN, your regular number that you use to operate your NIN will be required later. So the best thing is to rectify without using other phone number. So all you need to do is to contact EKRS, and our technical team will help you to attach your email to that old EK thing. Then you are good to go. So you may not need even to visit our office. You can contact us through our help lines that are out there, or you can, I've attended to at least 3 people this morning from Federal Polytechnic, Ado-Ekiti, and something like that. Even email can be done while doing the filing by yourself. So if you are not so sure, you can just contact our helpline without coming to us. We just ask for few detail of yours, then the thing will be rectified, then you continue. So that is about ODK thing. Please, if you have ODK thing, don't bother to create another one, because there's going to be issue. You will not be able to use your regular phone number, meaning that you are going to provide another number. That number will be different from the number attached to your NIN, and there will be issue later in future. Then Mr. Shegun talks about filling wrong form. Don't worry, we are going to review all the forms submitted to us, and the next correction will be done. There is nothing to fear. And also, Mr. Ezekiel Oroke talk about having e-gating already, and some information about you display on the platform, whether to submit just like that. No, there are some information that you still need to supply. That platform will give your personal information. Then you just go on all other information you supply before you get to the last point before you submit. Then Mrs. AK talking about all income linked to one's account. Yes, as I said earlier on, we do carry out our review. If there's any income attached to your account, if it could not be traceable to business transaction or be traced to be income from business, you may be spared. All you need to do is to do some little explanation. And if we have a proper narration to that those transactions, that will help a lot. So we'll be able to filter the needed information. Then Mr. Tere talks about house built, the self-accommodation. Yes, there is always provision in the law. If you are living in your own self-built house, you will not be able to claim a rent allowance. But there is a provision in the law that says that if you obtain any loan in respect to renovation or construction of that building, you are entitled to relief on the interest of that particular loan. So that is the provision of the law. The law is clear about everything. So I think I've attended to some of the one I have here. There is any other one, we can attend to it as we go on. Thank you very much.
All right. I think somebody was talking about videos. I mean, about cyber cafe. If you can want to go to whichever method you want to use is personal to you. But the truth is that the process has been simplified. If you click on the link sent a while ago, you will see videos that will guide you, and you see some step-by-step guide also. Motive has been clearly stated, penalties have been stated. Then the other question is, will it be annual? Yes, it is annual and it is compulsory. It is annual, it is compulsory. And then the gentleman that is feeling bad for filling the peculiar allowance, I'm glad to tell you that you are the one that has done the correct thing, because it's total income that we are talking about here. Except you want to say the peculiar allowance is not part of your income. As long as it's part of your income, it is the total income that you are supposed to fill. And then concerning mommy who is using an account for mutual fund for the kids, you don't need to worry, because the income that comes into that account, it is believed that if that income has been properly taxed, there's nothing to worry about. And even on the treasury bill, for example, the interest on it, the withholding tax interest element of it also would have been deducted or is supposed to have been deducted from the source, and evidence of that should be made available to you also by the people you are doing the mutual fund or you are doing treasury bill investment on. So it's nothing to worry about. I think that is all I also have, but I can still see some hands up. I don't know whether is the old ones or
Mr. Chairman, sir, there is
a
question from Mr. Padmaya.
Okay.
On the chat box.
Okay.
There's a question about extension.
The extension will not extend beyond April. It will not extend beyond the end of April. We will not. We've extended it once. We've shifted it forward also. I spoke with the executive chairman of Lagos LRS also, and quite some other chairmen. There is no intention to extend further. We only want to also commit an illegality. We have stretched ourselves to the level that we can stretch ourselves. And the whole essence of this is to still let people know, if despite all the provided platform you still have in use, then move to any of our closest offices. If you want to use Cyber Cafe, no problem. But let us also mark it that this thing is free. Our offices will not charge a dime. And if you're finding it tough, come to our offices, and we have at least 26 offices all over the state. There's no local government that we don't have one or two. In some cases, even up to 3 offices. So let's make very good of these opportunities. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Any other question that we have not attended to? Maybe those that are online. Mr. Ezekiel, Dr. Dayo, do you still have things to say, or I should lower the hands?
The question from Mr. Olusha Yayebusi, we have provided an answer on that chat box.
Okay.
About EK team. I think that's the only one left.
Okay. Okay, if there is no other question, this is a teacher's question now. Or okay, Dr. Oladebe, still want to say something? Okay, go ahead. And then you can type your questions in the chat.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Although I've typed the question, and I just want to passionately appeal about extension. I gave a reason there. I've done my own. But for the sake of some of our junior staffers, who are not vast in ICT, this is 2024 now. We have just 6 days to go. Even if it's just 2 weeks or 1 week, please avail them of this opportunity, so that many of them will not run into paying what is it called? Paying fine. Because this sensitization, though we commend you for it, if it has come maybe at the beginning of the month, then there will not be any excuse for anybody.
Sir, Doctor, we have been on this since last year. It's just that people don't want to pay attention to anything tax. Since last year, we'll be announcing in January. I know. Even if you give Nigerians till October, people will see us for extension.
Please, sir. So that's why I'm saying, if it is possible, even if just a week, please, up to maybe May 7.
Okay, you want us to be political, we'll see what we can do about it, but tell them it's in their best interest to make sure they do it before the end of the month.
Because I know there will be so many of them still out there who may not have been able to fill. But with this sensitization now, the news will be carried all through. And some of them are also watching. Especially the juniors.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Any other one that we have not attended to? Okay.
No.
Okay. Just a quick question now, which is of concern to some people. For example, I'm a civil servant. The work I do it well, but I have a side hustle. Meanwhile, by civil service rule, the only side hustle that is permitted is agriculture. And now I want to be transparent. How do I disclose my total income without running foul of the law and the civil servant rules that it's only agric that I'm allowed to invest into? Do you understand me? I'm just preempting the question in some civil servants' minds. I'm a civil servant too. It's only agric that we are allowed to use as side hustles. Meanwhile, I have an investment center, or I do alaga iduro, or I do some other things. How do I now? What do I do to make sure I don't run into trouble with my employers if they realize that I'm doing other businesses? Meanwhile, I'm now volunteering information to EKRS. How will I be sure that I am protected? Is a question we should think about. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. There is nothing to fear about. All information with EKRS are secured and not to be shared with a third party. That one is that. Then as regards whether the income is legal or not, there is no illegal income when it comes to taxation. So either you get the income from other sources that are not permitted by your trade or by the type of work you do. That doesn't affect tax. So all incomes are taxable except the one that the law says that should be exempted. So there's no problem about that.
Thank you. I just wanted people to know that we are duty bound to keep your data protected. And we have at least 3 members of our staff who are now qualified data protection officer. They are now certified, like the kind of something NDCD certified personnel. So we are bound to keep. We will not reveal. There is nothing that concerns us revealing your secret to your employers. That's none of our own business. So that at least you are rest assured in that way. Is your business. In fact, the current minister for finance, he said, during the sensitization, he said even if somebody is an ashewo and they makes income from ashewo, all the 419 boys, all the Yahoo boys, as long as they are making income, we will demand for their tax filing. We will demand for their tax something. Whether the law enforcement will leave EFCC, will leave whoever would to caution them in whatever they are doing. But in as much as they are making money, that income is taxable. Mr. Uyemi Maxwell will take that one possibly as the last one so that we can go. Thank you. Please unmute Mr. Uyemi Abiodun. Can you, if you move nearer your microphone, we'll be able to hear clearer.
Okay, I want to make it in form of an appeal to the organization now. As with respect to the extension of the deadline, please, I'm speaking on behalf of the staff of Federal Polytechnic Ado-Ekiti. But because you said you have been on this maybe for the past 2 or 3 months, I want to say without any iota of doubt that you have done your best. But at the same time, I want to plead with you because down, large number of the staff of our institution has not done it. And honestly, we just received a circular from the bursary department maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday. So as some of our members were asking, that's what is it about? So I want to plead with you, please, the deadline.
Okay, we've had you. Let them hurry up. And any member of staff of Federal Poly that are still not, that is not able to complete his own, let them write to our office. Maybe the school can write their names to our office, and then we'll give them 1 week more exemption. But it's only because I've had about 2-3 people. But we won't go beyond that, please. Because we realize that even if we extend it to October, some people will still disobey. Thank you. I think we should be closing the meeting.
Hello, sir. But
Yes,
it
sir.
doesn't take much time to, yes, it doesn't take much time to fill this thing. Maximum of 10 minutes, all things being equal. So I don't see reason for extension.
Okay.
Let them be adequately informed. It doesn't take much time. Maximum of 10 minutes. So if we extend till eternity, that will not solve the something. However, I want to volunteer that
You are breaking. Okay, I think I can guess what we may want to do. Maybe one or two of our colleagues may move to federal police or whatever, and then help people out. It's difficult to actually exceed without then running foul of the law on our own part also. Thank you. Somebody is asking that can we now collect tax clearance certificate without additional payment? If your tax payments is up to date, if you have been paying what you are supposed to pay, you collect your tax clearance without having to make any payment. But if, for example, if peculiar allowance has been removed from your taxable income, of course, when we run our numbers, it will pop out as something that is taxable that has been removed, and then you'll be expected to pay to make up that one. Otherwise, you could even run into trouble when you want to use that tax clearance elsewhere, because you are saying you are paid 5,000 when actually there's nothing like allow. I think some of the questions that are coming from federal police, I think you may have to go and read the law. They are not. We can't be teaching what is clearly written in the law. Federal police, incidentally, I attended federal police many years ago, so I'm alumni, and as an institution, they are supposed to be able to understand some basic things. This is the law, so don't ask for whether one allowance will be taxed or not. 2011 law has gone, some other law amendments have gone, and we have the new law. Is very clear. There's not, if you like break your allowances into 100, it is the total amount, total emolument that will be taxed. Total emolument is taxable, and the allowances that are there in the law is there. If you earn not up to, I mean, at least the first 800,000 of your revenue, of your income, is exempted. And there are some other exemptions, maybe contribution to pension, contribution to NSTF, and even up to 500,000 or 20% of the rent that you are paid to your landlord, provided you can give us evidences of that payment and details of the landlord. All those things are very clearly stated in the law. Let's not go back to 1961. It's 1961, they will say, oh, if you have 4 children, you claim this. Old people's allowance, you claim that. The new law, you consolidate all the income, and all the allowable also are already consolidated. And these allowable are big. The consolidated reliefs are even far more than the ones you want to claim, the ones you are saying you want to claim. Any sensitization that you need, go to our website, follow us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on which one again, all of the social media. Anytime you hear that we are having something on radio, listen to us. That's the only way, because the law itself is big, is voluminous, and we are conscious of the fact that it's not every part of the law that relates to each person. That's why we came here to still narrate it to us. So we believe that with all that we have done so far, we should be able to respond. Tell anybody that is yet to file to please speed up, and then I will speak with the Director of Personal Income Tax. I will speak also with the contact person in federal police and any other institutes also that may need our support in one way or the other, and then we can then have private arrangement. It may be difficult for us to extend as they have said. And so on behalf of management and everybody here and the Ekiti State government generally, we want to thank you all for joining, and want to believe that you remain very good customer to every one of us. Which zone does Federal Polytechnic Ado Ekiti belong? There is an office on
Ado 1.
Okay, they say Ado 1. You can come to Okeoriomi, that's Ado 1, or there is an office at Idema. Once you pass that, you are coming from Federal Poly, you pass that St. Paul's, I think, Anglican Church, you take the right road. Don't take the one that goes to what's the name of that roundabout now? It's not Okesha now. Ejigbo. Don't go to the one that goes to Ejigbo, but come to the one that will lead you to Okesha. Not far from there, you will see the building on the right. I think our team can also provide a contact of that office. Director of Personal Income Tax, if it is possible for 1 or 2 persons from ADO 5 to have an agreement with Federal Police and go there and put them through also, that may be beneficial. If
we are going to make arrangement. Hello, sir, we are going to make arrangement from the headquarters.
Okay,
we send some of our officers to them on Monday to assist them. They will create a desk for us, either 1 or 2, so that whoever that is having issue can contact them and do the need.
That's
that will
brilliant.
be done on Monday by the grace of God.
Brilliant. That's good. Thank you, everyone. Any other comment before we call it a day? Can one of our taxpayers give us votes of thanks? I have given it anyway. I'm only kidding. So we thank you all. We appreciate your coming, and we trust that you also let people around you in your churches, in your mosque, wherever, to know that April is almost ending. Let them do the needful. It's better not to offend. It's better not to be penalized, so that what ignorance, there's no ignorance before the law. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you also, colleagues. Thank you for joining.
Thank you,
and any KRA staff that's in a clarification can contact your director. Thank you all. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.